Okay, let's go. So, last time I taught, I was actually in Barcelona. Now I'm in Wales, back in my hometown for the rest of quarantine. Things are lightening up a bit here, which is nice. So today, fighting combination class, we are going to, the whole class is going to be revolved around doubles. That sounds simple. There's a lot of sort of complications and intricacies with making combinations from double techniques. I'll go into it a bit more later. But it basically allows you to get the best out of yourself through your technique. It's an easy way to put combinations together, and it's a great way to create destructive power when we fight, okay? So let's start with a warm-up. Let's just start really slowly with the feet, move them back and forth. Bring it up, ankle, and down, ankle, knee. And kick the leg out. Other side. Get ankle working, ankle, ankle and the knee. And kick it out. Okay, get your hips moving. Anti-other way. Good, shoulders forward. Just lightly getting ourselves ready. Anti. One forward, one back. Anti, the other one forward, the other one back. Good. And open and up. Open, up, open, up, open, up. Good, and stretch up, nice and tall. Bring it down. And relax. Same again, up. Nice and tall. Down. Hold it. Shake it out. Neck exercises. To the side. Down and up. And around. Fingers back. Thumb to your forearm. Nice tight fist. And shake it out. The other one. Fingers. Thumb to your forearm. Shake it out, tight fist. And shake it out. Good, okay. Got the bodies moving a bit. Let's get warm, okay? So everyone on the spot, hands really, really loose. Just moving, moving, moving. Left foot in front. Give yourself a bit of a fighting stance. Forward and back. Hand down. Right foot forward. Hand tie. Same again. Hand tie. Forward and back. Good. Okay, this time side to side. Hand tie the way. Good, now let's put the two together. Forward, back, side, side. Hand tie the other way. Forward, back, side, side. Good, on the spot. Okay, bring the heezer up. Let's get these legs warm. Good, now it's going to be two. Okay, watch how I'm going to change this. It's going to be one to the side, two. 1, 2. Right behind your guard. let's try and bring the hands in. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good, shake it out. That's a great little exercise when you're teaching or to practice at home, just for some basic coordination. Okay, let's get those knees up. Speed it up. Speed it up. And relax. Keep moving. Heels to your bum. Speed it up. Speed it up. And relax. Good, okay. Feet 2 shoulder widths apart. Down to the right, stretch it out. To the left. And to the center, try and get your elbows to the floor. Bring your knees in and push them out with your elbows. Try and keep your chest up. Stretch those legs out. And rotate from side to side. Grab your ankles, head between your legs. Hands to the floor, take your feet out slightly wider and start to push your bum back to really work your hips. Try and get your elbows to the floor as you go back. And push those feet out a bit wider again. Keep rocking back and forth. This time I'm going to hold it. Good. Back onto the heels. Try and keep that chest up nice and high. And sit down. Okay. Over to the left. Keep the chest up. Good, over to the right. Good, and out towards the center. Good, and relax, roll up. And just work those hips a bit more. And good. Okay, let's shake it out and let's get straight into it. Generally, obviously when we have classes that are 2 hours, we warm up much more sufficiently, but because we've only got a certain amount of time, we can only do what we can do, and obviously with the limited space we have. But my recommendation is always after a class, stretch for as long as you can. And before a class, if you can warm up, if you arrive at training at the dojo early, for example, and you're able to run and get yourself warm, please do so. It's always so much better for your body after. Okay, so let's get stuck into what we're going to do. So I mentioned at the start that this class was going to be revolved around double techniques. So what I mean by that is instead of just doing one, very simple, it's going to be 2. And I'm going to show you different variations of how to do that. So the reason I use a lot of these was always to do with my size, predominantly. So I'm from the UK, and I'm part of the IFK here in the UK. And when we fight knockdown, for the women, there are 2 weight categories. You're under 60 or you're over 60. And I'm 51. So I was in under 60, but there was always quite a large weight gap. And I found myself getting moved around the mat a lot, being pushed off the mat, being bullied, and rightly so. I was small, and I didn't really know how to best use my body to create impact and to ultimately win fights. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've sort of picked up along the way to sort of help me hold my ground and hold my own within those fights. And it's just so easy to remember as well. If you're doing 1, you can do 2. Very, very easy. But we're going to do static combinations and moving combinations. So there's going to be some with a bit of footwork, and I'll explain as we're going through. Okay, so just to wake the brains up a bit into what we're going to do, it's going to be very, very simple. Oiski, oiski, bang. Okay, there's not much hip movement. There's not a lot with the feet. You are planting your feet, 2 straight ones, okay? Off the front arm. Obviously, make sure you're getting a bit of rotation. You're not square, but it doesn't need to be anything elaborate. You're imagining they're here at a very normal distance away from you. Okay? Let's get into fighting position, and we'll do 10 either side. Here we go. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rek, shish, hatch, ku, shua. Anti-change legs. Make sure you're moving even whilst I'm talking. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rek, shish, hatch, ku, shoo. Now this is great for people that have natural, just upper body strength, because if you're going to hit them clean once, hit them there twice, you're going to catch them. So that's great. But then you've got others of us who aren't incredibly strong upper body wise, and just 2 of these isn't going to be enough to break somebody down. So that's where we have to start using our bodies. So this can be made so much more powerful by a little bit of footwork. Okay, so this is how I adapted this to work for me. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, no problem. 1, then I bring, before I do the second one, my front leg's coming back, my back leg's coming to the front, and it's becoming a gyakuski. 1, 2. 1, 2. Please note, I'm not doing this, and there's a reason for that. If I'm doing a straight switch, I'm not benefiting from the body movement and the hip movement that's going to transfer the weight onto the punch. Okay, 1, 1, keeping low, and as I'm bringing that front leg forward, all of my weight's coming onto that back one. What's important about this as well, and what's quite clever, is because I'm not taking a step back, because I'm only changing my legs, I'm not losing any ground. So that person's not going to be doing this, and I'm not going to be thrown off the tatami. Instead, all I'm doing is putting myself in the best position possible to deliver that punch. Okay, so let's try it. A bit of a slower count this time. So it's going to be 1 solid 1, 1, 2, and then another. And you're aiming to hit the exact same spot with both punches. Okay, let's have a go. On the balls of your feet, wait for my count. My count is your opening. So don't be rhythmic with your combinations. Wait for the count. Ich. And back the left leg. Ni. San. Shi. Good. Let's try it off the right side. So 1, back, front, keeping that guard ready to hit. Okay, let's go. Itch. Back to the right leg. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Good. Relax. Keep moving. We're going to add to it. So for both of these, whether it's a static or a movement, we're going to put a low kick on the end of it. Okay. So the first one is going to be 1, 2, keeping those feet planted. 1, 2, big classic low kick on the back leg. So you're imagining you're hitting them here, and they won't be so aware of this side of their body. Bang. Okay. 1, 2, 3. In fact, maybe you wouldn't do this one so strong. Maybe it would be more, you know, almost like a target to get their mind off that side, and then bang, you hit them with the low kick. Okay, so feet planted, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, 5 each side. Always moving, relax those arms. Edge. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Anti-change legs. So 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Edge. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Last one. Go. Good. Back to the left leg. Same thing, but with the movement. 1, 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to come off your front leg. Okay? 1, back, front. Shift the weight, hit. Then you're going to shift the weight from your front leg to your back leg and hit the low kick at the same time. So if they're here in front of you with their left leg forward, you've hit them once, you've hit them in the same place. Now you're imagining you're now toe to toe, so their leg is here, and we're going to take the front leg. Okay, you can also do it almost like a pull, like an ashi barai. Yeah, anything that you need to do to create damage or impact on the leg. Okay, so let me do that slowly. 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 5 each side. Quality, not quantity, but let's make sure we do them good, okay? Here we go. Edge. Back to the left side. Knee. Back to the left. Sun. Sheep. Last one. Go. Good. Right leg forward. 1. Back, front, back, front. Let's get ready. Edge. Back to the right leg. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Good. Okay, relax. Remember, of course, you can do any kick you like or follow it up with a stashki, whatever works best for you. This is just something for you to take and make your own, whatever works best. Okay, let's do some exercises. So, in order to develop the reaction to be able to hit the doubles, one of the best things to do are double push-ups. Okay, so we're going to come down. You're going to want your hands directly in line with your shoulders. If you're confident and you want to do them on Seiken, then go ahead. We're going to come here. We're going to come all the way down, nose to the floor. We're going to go halfway, and we're going to go again. To the floor, halfway down, up. To the floor, halfway down, up. And what is super important about this is the push up. That's got to be as fast and as dynamic as you can do it while still holding your core in place to really develop that reaction in the arm. Okay, let's just do 10. Simple. You with me? Let's go. Edge, knee, san, shi, go, rock, shish, hatch, ku, ju. Woo! Those are not fun. Those are not fun on the arms at all. Okay, let's shake the arms out. We've got another arm combination we're doing. So we've done the double oiski. We've done the same double oiski, but with the hip and foot movement to give us more power. We've added kicks onto the end. Now let's change it up a bit. We're going to go for a double shitasuki, okay? But I really want you to have a look at how I'm doing this, because I'm not the sort of fighter that's able to just come at you with my arm, okay? What's really important when you're hitting the shitasuki is that you're loading, almost like loading a gun with bullets. You're loading and you're hitting, okay? So when I say double shita, it's not this. It's 1, reload, 2, okay? So there's quite a lot happening with the body. Try not to lean. Get a couple of leaners. Keep the core central. Load, hit, making sure we're covering as we're going. Okay? 1, 2. Let's try it. You should feel a difference from doing that to doing that. For me, I feel an obvious difference on a pad. I get a completely different reaction when I hit another person, because ultimately you've got more of your own body weight behind the punch. Okay, let's try it. Let's do 10 each side. Just 1 and 2. Edge. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rock. Shish. Hatch. Ku. Sure. Okay, we're not going to do the other side. I'll explain why. When we're hitting with the left arm to the right side, we're hitting all the good stuff, the nice little organs. Okay, so whilst a shita on the right can be just, it can be very, very effective. If I'm looking to do a double and put all that energy into doing that, I want to make sure it's hitting something weaker than the other side. So we'll keep it on the left just for today. Okay? Now, the foot movement. 1, exactly the same as the other punch, back, front, and from the back. It'll be a much quicker hip turn. And that's all to do with the back leg, the pivot. Okay, so load, hit, back, front, hit again. Okay, again, the same as the double punch. This is giving you all the space you need between you and your opponent to deliver at your maximum, okay? With very little effort. You're not doing any big big movements. It's so insignificant, but creates such a significant reaction. Okay, let's try it. 10 on this side, okay? Itch. Back to the left. Knee. Back to the left. San. She. Go. Rock. Sheesh. Hatch. Coo. Shoo. Good. Keep it moving, keep your legs moving. Speaking of legs, we're going to add them now. So, Shitasuki you're going to be doing at a close range. It's not a reaching technique. The elbow should be nice and tight to the rib, and as a result, your opponent is in very close distance, okay? Which means you have to be realistic with the kick you're able to do. There's no point in me doing a combination here, getting you to do some big joramuashi when your opponent's going to be stood there, okay? So the kick has to reflect the flow of the combination. So what we're going to do, we're going to come back to the first one. 1, 2. Then we're going to do a really quick movement with the feet. It's going to be a switch. And then we're going to hit the hiza right in the same spot where you've hit the shitas. So it almost becomes a triple attack. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. If you can get it like a mawashi in, like a soto, and then push the hip. So 1, 2, just to lift that floating rib, wind them, that would be great. But practice it as you wish. It can be a pushing one to get them away from you, or it can be to wind them or break the rib, however nasty you're feeling. Okay, so let's try it again. 1, 2, switch, hiza. Okay, I'm really trying to imagine somebody in front of you so you know where you're hitting. Be as accurate as you can. Let's go. 10. Bouncing, wait for the count. Itch. Knee. San. She. Go. Rock. Shish. Hatch. Coo. Last one. Shoo. Good. Okay, shake it out. Then we come on to the other shita combination. So, whereas the one before, we're at a very close range. Now, don't forget that we've just given ourselves more room, more space to deliver the second shita. As a result, we've got more room for the kick. Okay, so people that are pretty confident in their kicking ability would do this simply to set up the leg. Maybe not to create damage here, but to create damage over the top. Okay, other people, they want all three. Give me all three as strong as you can do them. Okay, but you gotta find out what works for you. In this case, we're coming shita, back, front, shita. Then the same as what we did with the oisukis, you're gonna transfer your weight and bring the mawashi over the top. It almost needs to come close and down. For that to happen, when you're hitting that shita, you transfer your weight back, you get the heel in as close as you can to the bum, and then you let it go. Okay? So we're going 1, 2, and 3. Okay? If you can't do Jodan, Shudan's fine. Low kick is fine. Low kick can be super destructive with this. Okay? Whatever works best, as long as you're able to transfer the weight, it's going to be productive. Okay? So let's try it slowly. Itch. Knee. San. She. Last one. Go. Good. Okay, shake it out. We're going to move on now from the hands to the legs. Okay, so we've done double oiski, double shita, both with an alternative way of delivering and with kicks added on top. Now we're going to start with the legs. Okay, so we're going to come geidan moshigari, geidan moshigari. Keeping that stance solid, planting those feet into the floor. 1, 2. This can be done front leg or back leg, depending on what you're trying to get out of it. If you're trying to just get speed and to show work rate, front leg. If you're trying to create damage, then it's going to be back leg for that first one. Okay? Let's do 10 each side and see what we get. Ready? Itch. Knee. San. She. Go. Ruk. Shish. Hatch. Ku. Shoo. Good. Hand tie to the side. You're going to have one leg that's better than the other. But don't worry. We just need to play with it as much as we can. Okay? Let's go. Itch. Knee. San. She. Go. Rek. Shish. Hatch. Ku. Shoo. Good. Okay. So just like we did with the hands, there's also movement that can be added here to create a different result. So if you're doing this often, the person's going to read it. And you're going to end up with a lovely big knee in your shin, which is never fun. So the way we disguise it is we come 1, and then we shift. So the first one, we shift, and then we hit the second one straight across the legs. So imagine you're coming 1, step, 2. 1, 1, 2, 3. And it's a very, very small movement. It's more about body positioning than it is footwork. 1, back, 1, 2. Very slight movement to the side. 1, down, 1, 2. Okay? Let's try it. Itch. Knee. San. She. Go. Ruk. Shish. Hatch. Ku. other side. So we're coming 1, down, 1 to the side. My foot is literally coming 10 centimeters, not even that, I don't think, to the right before hitting. Okay, let's go. Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rek. Shish. Hatch. Ku. Shu. Good. Nice it off. And then you're able to start working up the body with the kicks. So, Geidan, Shudan. 1 and 2. Straight. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay? We're just going to do this on the right side or on your best side, whichever one that is for you. I tend to swap and change. One day it's the left leg, next day is the right leg. My body doesn't know what's going on. Okay? So, 1, down, Shudan. What's super important when you're doing these doubles is the knee remains high, because you want to be able to disguise what you're going to do. If it's going to be 2, or if it's going to be bringing it up, or if it's going to be the Jodan, you don't want your opponent to know what you're going to do. So keep the knee nice and high, which is not only good technique and gives you the best possible outcome of the kick, but it also disguises what you're going to do. Okay? So let's do Chudan. Let's do 5. Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Good. Let's bring that second one up to Jodan if you can. Ready? Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Last one. Go. Good. And then it's the same philosophy with the Geidan. Eventually, if you sit in front of them for 2 minutes, they're going to realize that you're hitting everything square. Everything's easy to block. But if I'm coming 1 and I'm coming across and I'm hitting you straight across the stomach, the only way they're going to be able to block that is to do this, which leaves them wide open. Or they just have to take it and hope their stomach is strong enough. Okay? Same with the Jodan. Blocking a Jodan to the side of the face, sure, we all learn that. We can all do that. Blocking a Jodan washi that's coming here directly to your face, you've got a lot of problems. You're going to end up blocking like this. And if you've got somebody who has practiced this enough and who knows their ability and knows their body, whilst they're doing the Jodan, they can change it to Chudan very easily. They can even lull you into thinking, I'm going Jodan, and then hit the Chudan. So sometimes it's not as important that we know how to do these combinations, but know that other people can do them and how to defend against them so that we can retaliate. That's just as important, okay? Knowing where the body is going to automatically move to be able to defend ourselves and attack appropriately. Okay, so let's do 5, 1 to the side, Chudan, and 5, 1 to the side, Jodan. So you're imagining hitting them square and coming across, straight across the stomach. Hitting them square, straight across, Jodan across the face, front of the face. Okay, let's do 5. Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Good, let's bring it up Jodan. Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Last one, go. Good, let's shake it out. let's do some more exercises. So for the arms, to develop the ability to do the doubles at the best we can, we were doing double push-ups. For the legs, double squats. Very simple. 2 shoulder widths apart, down and up. 1, 2, up. Okay, we're going to do 20 to my count. God, I'm not giving you much of a breather today, am I? Woo! Shake the legs out and let's go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rek, shish, hach, ku, shu. 10 more. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rek, shish, hach, ku, shu. Just to note, for those double squats, you can make them increasingly more difficult. First of all, with a jump, then you can be bringing hizagiri, my geri, whatever works for you. Okay? So, those are the basic double combinations. Then you get ones that are a bit more fancy, a bit more fun. So we're going to have a play around with those. Anything that doesn't work for you, as I said before, find a way or an alternative to make it work for you. If the body position doesn't, try and alter it. If the kick doesn't, bring it down. Bring it to the other side, whatever you need to do. Okay? So, every double we've done so far with the legs has involved us putting our leg down. And if you're a fighter that uses this a lot, your opponent's going to start to get used to the rhythm and be able to block. Okay? So that's when we change it. After we've lulled them into a false sense of security, we're going to switch up the technique. So one of the first ones is difficult. We've gone 1, 2 with the Jodan. We're going to do Jodan, Jodan without putting the foot down. So it's going to be 1, 2. Okay? Keeping that heel close to the bum. 1, 2. We're looking for that kind of effect. If you're able to, push on the second one with the back heel. So you're coming 1, 2 to create that kind of motion. That's great. The more the body moves, the more the referees see, the more flags go up. Again, if you push it enough and you get the knockout, fantastic. Let's go home. Okay, so we're coming 1, 2, then we're coming down. All about control. Really suck that bum in, keep the core strong, knee up high. Let's just try 5, see how you guys go. Okay? Let's try it. Ich, ni, san, shi. Last one, go. Good. Let's try it one more time. And this time try and get that push on the second one. Trying to push them back, trying to force the knockout, okay? Let's see, have a go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Good. Okay, let's try something a bit different. A bit creative. We're going to go back to the original kicking combination where we put the foot down. This is going to be off the front leg, okay? Low kick down, and then we're going to go up to do the Jodan washi. But we're not going to quite do it the way we did before. We're coming 1, and we're going to catch the foot when the knee is at its highest point. Only a split second, and then you're going to release it. This is great for people who don't have great hip flexibility because you've already done the work by getting your leg up. Let me try and do it here. 1, 2. You've already done the work here. The force of gravity is going to do the work for you. So you don't have to worry about doing some big hip movement to try and get them washy. But what it's also doing is, fighters nowadays, they're so fast, they're so reactive, that they're blocking like this. But what if you come after the block? That's when you'll catch them. That's what the doubles are all about. One, oh, they missed it, you hit again. But if you can catch them just as their block is going down, they're at the most vulnerable. So we're coming 1 and 2, 3. It's a split second hold of the ankle. You're getting your heel as close to your bum as you possibly can, getting your knee up high, and then you drop. So I hold mine like this, literally just cupping around my ankle. I'm coming 1 and 2. Note that I've already got the pivot done before I release the kick. 1, as I catch the front leg, the back leg is completely at 90 degrees, ready to give me the hip position that I need to be able to deliver the kick. Okay, let's try it, just for a bit of fun. Whatever side you want to try it on, we're coming. Front leg, low kick, and around. Okay, one more time. 1 and 2, 3. Let's have a go. Are your cameras on? I want to see this. Oh, you guys. No one wants me to see them. Okay. Ready? Let's just do 5. There we go. Itch. Knee. San. She. Last one. Go. And release. Good. Okay. Oh, that went quick. Okay, let's keep moving. So, I'm all sweaty. Fantastic. What have we done today? The whole thing was centered around double techniques, doing them in their basic form, doing them in their form to allow you to be able to deliver 100% your best technique, trying to confuse your opponent as much as possible, trying to move them as much as possible, take them out of their comfort zone and put you in your comfort zone. Not all of us are toe-to-toe fighters. Not all of us are distance fighters throwing Bruce Lee kicks everywhere. Not all of us are mid-range fighters. We have to find a way to put ourselves in our best position. I'm not here to make him happy. I'm here to give my best performance. And I need to be at my best range to do that. Some people can fight in every range. Fantastic. Some of us can't. So try and use a combination that's given to you and make it into something that works for you. Because that was always my problem. I was given this, and my little chicken arm wasn't able to generate any power from it. But as soon as I was able to think with my feet, all of a sudden it became powerful. Well, at least for me. Okay? So when you're given something, use everything you've got to try and work out how it best works for you, is basically what I'm saying. So the theme has been doubles, but also about manipulating combinations, techniques, footwork to work for you and give your best from it. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then you've got the kicks. 1 and 2, 1, 2. You've got the chudan. You've got the jodan. Then you've got the double. Then you've got the release. Just a bit of fun. There is so much more you can do with this. For example, I absolutely love double hizageri. I'm going to catch you there once. Why not catch you there again, right? Bam, bam. And then after a few of those, I bring the second one up, Jodan. If we've gotten their arms there, take advantage of it. I also like doing this with, this is going to sound a bit strange, I like to low kick, yokigeri, push them, go away. I don't want you anywhere near me. I need 2 seconds to breathe, please. 1, 2. So that's a great one. Also, if I'm feeling fancy and I'm feeling a bit confident, I'll bring the kake up just to switch things up. Keep them guessing, keep them away from you. Big dynamic legs can scare people. So even if it doesn't create the impact of a knockout, it's creating an impact of that distance that you're looking for to then bring the fight to your strength. Okay, let's just stretch off for a few minutes. And then if anyone's got any questions, please feel free to either message me on here or I'm on Instagram, Facebook. You can find me. I'm sorry we don't have more time. I love doing these sorts of things for as long as it takes, but I haven't got that much time today. So let's just open these legs out. We've done a lot of dynamic kicking today. So please, if you've got time after this to stretch, please do. Okay. So let's just bring it round. Let me go back a bit so you can see me. Good, and hold it here. Right toe up. Good, and to the other side. Good. Senkudachi, try and drop that hip as low to the floor as you can, whilst keeping your back foot on the floor. We want to make sure we're stretching all the tendons and the ligaments in the ankle. Bring it down to Chusoku. Again, try and get that hip to the floor. And onto the heel. Try and get your calf to the floor and your toes directly up in the air. Good. Other side, Senkudachi. Push that back foot to the floor and your hip to the floor. Good. Chusoku. Again, hip to the floor if you can. And over onto the heel. Calf to the floor, toes up, pushing that other leg out. Good. Shake them off. Ease them down as low as you can. Elbows to the floor if you can. And sit back. We're going to come over to the left again, like we did earlier. Over to the right. I tend to do this, by the way, 3 or 4 times, generally in front of the TV. It's a good distraction from the pain. But yeah, use what's happening in the world right now and the fact we're all stuck at home to stretch as much as possible. If it's not for your karate, it's for your life. It's so that when you're older, you're able-bodied and you're able to move as much as you want to. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Out to the front. Good. To try and develop hip flexibility, from here, we want to roll up without our hands. Okay, so I start off doing this with 2 hands and I walk myself forward. And then I would practice with 1 hand, and then I would do with none. And if you repeat that 4 or 5 times, you'll feel the back of your hips start to burn. Okay, bring those legs together, shake them out. Out to the front, Chusoku position and reach down. Relax. High soku position, so push those toes down to the front, trying to stretch the tendons, the ligaments in the ankles again. and down. And you'll notice it feels like a whole different stretch depending on your foot position. So the Chusoku will burn more at the hamstrings. The high soku is going to start working the calves a bit more and the ligaments in the knee. Good, shake them out. Let's come up. Shake those legs out, a couple of heezers just to work. And like I said, if you've got time now to stretch, please do. Because we've done quite a lot of quick work with the legs and with the arms. And we've got the weekend tomorrow, so we want to make sure we can move. Okay? And that's it, guys. So thank you very much for having me. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was something maybe probably different to what you normally do. I hope the explanations made somewhat sense. And yeah, any questions, please do let me know. Hang on, I've got some here. Perfect. Yeah, so thank you everyone for coming. It really is lovely to be asked to. Oh, we got thank you. It is lovely to be asked to teach. I really enjoy it. So I hope you guys did too. And yeah, any questions on anything, please do let me know. And if you need anything, I'm also available. Okay, so happy Friday, guys. Have a great weekend. And yeah, on to the next week. I'm looking forward to seeing the lineup for the classes next week. I've got a feeling they're going to be some good classes. So yeah, stay strong, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gracias. De nada.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pues gracias, arigato.
Gracias, adiós. Hi, Dad.
One question.
Sure.
When you do the double low kick, what's the hit zone of the second kick? Like the first one is on the outside of the thigh, and then like the other one is on the front, or?
So you can play with it. So initially, the idea is to hit the exact same spot twice.
Okay.
Then when you're moving, like I was doing with the footwork, I would first be hitting outside, then I'd be hitting on both. So outside and then the front. So you're creating an impact with the legs going in and then the legs buckling. So,
okay, good.
Yeah, so we're trying to create as much visual impact as we can for the referees, because nowadays everyone's so strong, you're going to struggle to drop somebody with a low kick. But if you can get them doing this, then visually, as well as them psychologically, you're on top. So that's
all right.
the idea.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, and you.